Hello, everybody! It is Monday! Who is with us this Monday night? Angie's first! How about that, Angie? He beat out Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer, Melissa's with us on the treadmill of life. Stephanie, Heather, Cindy, and from Virginia, Sue is with us. Eric, Jana, Karen in Champlain, Illinois. Marianne is with us. I got deprived my Marianne time today. I had to take a second with Zach. Sage, Anne, Adele and Dazzle are with us. Jennifer, Kristen, Wendy from Denver. Bailey's in the house. I heard rumors that Texas still exists, Alexa, and I think they're loosening the restrictions even more, is what I am hearing on Texas, and we'll talk about that a little bit. Loosening of restrictions will be happening in places. Hey, Bailey, what is that? Is that a stemless glass? Hey, Sarah. Hey, Suki! Yes, I'm happy for my friends in Texas. I do want normal and I'm hopeful. Well, that won't be too hard for you, Alexa. Sarah's with us, a dancing lady. I guess I should have put on my glasses. That's okay, Bailey. Is that Joni dancing? Is that what it was a picture of? Hey, Tammy. Ellen's with us. Vicky. It was great talking with you today, Vicky. Kelly from Albuquerque. You're gonna get a call this week, Kelly. Believe it or not, you're gonna get a call. I'm really fairly caught up with people. I'm like 24 hours out or so. 24, 36, something like that. You should pour a glass of wine. It's going to be this is a long one. It's been a busy Monday. Hello, Leanne from Atlanta. And Diane from, I want to say Powder Springs, Georgia. I know it's Georgia. I hope your new website has been amazing today. It looked great when I looked at it earlier. Kitty's with us. Lisa's with us in Alaska. Michelle in Virginia. Good to have you all with us. And Vina in Indiana is with us. So what are we all grateful for this Monday? Oh, I got something right. Well, Diane told me I got something right, so I'm going to call it a day. It's been great, folks. You and you and you are not alone running this store. Stella in Reno. Angela in Florida. Got our website up today, starting to load it in. All right. Heather's excited that she gets to open Friday. What else are we grateful for, people? I got a lot of you with me this Monday. Great online sales in Naples. Hey, Patty. Julie Jankowitz is with us. How's that caramel cake, Julie? What's Julie grateful for? Julie's always got a bit of optimism for us. What's everybody grateful for? Joanne's with us in Chicago. You had sunshine in New York. We're supposed to get some here tomorrow. It was a cool, rainy day. Well, I actually never walked outside today, so I don't have any knowledge of the true outside, but it looks cool and rainy. Cassandra just announced it rained and it sucked. So that was the weather here today. Don't need to tune into the thing. Hey, Rosemary in Virginia. Vicky woke up to money in her account this morning. That's a wonderful thing. Chris got some paint, a nice day to paint and get some cleaning, spring cleaning done at the shop. Oh, I'm glad you did that, Vina. I know that's not easy, but I'm glad you did that. And get your staff back on. You are not alone, Dana, running your store. Wendy had beautiful weather in Colorado. Oh, Kitty's got a part-time employee who's a seamstress and making masks out of LuLaRoe. That's great. I even think I said that right. Sue's got her PPP funds. That's awesome. The governor of Texas cares about the suffering of businesses. That's awesome. Conversations with friends around the country. I was one of those friends you talked to today, Angie. Online sales today. I'm grateful for a consignor who told me she didn't want to take her money because she wanted to help you, Julie. That is awesome. Whoop, whoop. Our consignors love us. I've told you people, there's not going to be the run on the bank that people think there is. There is going to be the same 5 consignors that come in every time to get money are all going to be there, plus 1, okay? But you're not going to have everybody else showing up that day. Kate! Good to have you. Oh, you have a daughter that's a senior too? My daughter's a senior, but she's a senior in college. You're a senior in high school? Following other people's conversations. And people that don't have, that's right. Get this country back here. I'm grateful for loyal shoppers. Yes, they're amazing. Our shoppers are amazing. Hey, Crystal. I'm having a plum of a day. I hope you are too. Donuts? I want donuts. They brought donuts during your curbside hour? That's pretty cool. I like donuts. I don't know where I'm going to get donuts, but I like donuts. I like donuts down by you, Michelle. I like to get real Krispy Kremes when there are hot lights on. That may be a reason to just come see you, besides getting to come see you. Mandy's husband is making masks for the staff while we watch this. Awesome. And Lindsay is joining us tonight. Well, this is great, people. I am glad to hear all that we're grateful for. We've got such a lot to cover tonight. Let's get to it. Let's find something in the book. I'm gonna have to get the glasses for that. Okay, good morning. Breathe deep. The hitch in your breath is a record scratch. That throbbing in your temple is the bass. And you control the volume knobs. The scars in your mind and your heart are grooves that run deep. Your music, your heart, your life. You got the auxiliary chord. Bump it. That is our good morning from our good morning, good night book that we start with every night. Some pieces of inspiration in that. Carrie is with us tonight as well. So I've got quite the pile tonight. So I'm going to get right to it. So wear your roller skates tonight. Catch the replay if you do not catch me on this. Do not forget, everything here that we talk about is reposted to the darts.org resale strong page by tomorrow. Miss Adele takes care of all that and keeps all of this organized so that it makes it nice and easy for all of you to find all the resources that we talk about here every night. Thank you, Adele, for doing that for us. I'm going to put you dazzle into overtime tonight with some of the stuff I've got for you. But we've got a lot going on. Very important to business in general. Adele posted earlier, Industry Insights, the company that formulates our operating survey, has a third COVID-19 impact and implementation survey. to help businesses understand the overall sentiment and action plans of their peers, and to help you during this global pandemic. It only takes a few minutes to complete the survey, so if you could do that between now and Thursday at noon, I think it's noon Eastern time on Thursday, that'd be great. So do that when we get off. Jeff, you're with us by yourself. You can watch on your own device. I'm so excited. Welcome, Jeff. And I'm going to say Dana's there somewhere, so I'm going to welcome Dana too. Okay, pro tips tonight. Do not microwave your face mask. Some of the face masks actually contain metal in them, and when you microwave them can cause a fire, as has happened in several incidents where fire departments have been called, including one in New Hampshire. Not anybody we know, I hope. So do not microwave your face mask. So I'm going to share, I have some inspiration. So today, Monday's my coaching day, so I have several points of inspiration with that, in addition to our Good Morning, Good Night book. Yes, the survey is easy, Julie, so thank you for pointing that out to people, because if you say it, then everybody's going to believe it. I'm saying it, they're like, oh, he's a numbers guy, he does things like that. But thank you, Julie. So I want to start this night with an ageless truth, okay? So follow me on this story, okay? Hey, Bonnie, thanks for joining us tonight. Bonnie's in the ATL, the 404. An ageless truth. No matter where we live or what we do, we're surrounded by opportunities. We're surrounded by acres of diamonds, if we simply take the time to look for them. Some stories are so good, they never grow old. One of them is this old story called Acres of Diamonds. No one knows who told it the first time. It's supposed to be true, and of course it is, in that it has happened to thousands of people in thousands of different situations. But the man who made this story famous, in this country at least, was Dr. Russell Herman Conwell, who lived from 1843 to 1926. By telling the story from one end of the world to the other, Dr. Conwell raised $6 million, with which he founded Temple University in Philadelphia. Thus, he fulfilled his dream to build a really fine school for poor but deserving young people. Dr. Conwell told Acres of Diamonds more than 6,000 times and attracted great audiences wherever he appeared. You're probably as familiar with the story as I am, but it isn't the story that's so important in and of itself, and you're probably wondering if I'll ever get around to telling it. The important thing is that we apply the principle of the story to our own lives. The story is about a farmer who lived in Africa. At the time diamonds were discovered there. When a visitor told him of the millions being made by men who were discovering diamond mines, he promptly sold his farm and left to search for diamonds himself. He wandered all over the continent, but found no diamonds, and finally, penniless, in poor health, and despondent, he threw himself into the river and drowned. Long before this, the man who had bought the farm found a large, unusual-looking stone in the creek bed that ran through the farm. He put it on his mantle as a curio. You're actually sitting on my mantle right now, or one of them. Enter here the same visitor who had told the original farmer about the diamond discoveries. He examined the stone and told the new owner that he discovered one of the largest diamonds ever found, and that it was worth a king's ransom. To his surprise, the farmer told him the entire farm was covered with stones of that kind. And to make a long story short, if it isn't already too late, the farm, which the first farmer had sold so he could look for diamonds, turned out to be one of the richest diamond mines in the world. The point Dr. Conwell made was that the first farmer had owned acres of diamonds, but had made the mistake of not examining what he had before he ran off to something he hoped would prove to be better. He would then point out that each of us, like that farmer, no matter where we live or what we do, we are surrounded by our own acres of diamonds, if we simply look for them. Like the curious appearing stones that cover the farm, they may not appear to be diamonds at first glance, but a little study, A deeper examination and some polishing will reveal our opportunities and our own talents and abilities for what they really are, and often right where we are. Hashtag resale strong, people. Okay, moving on to top stories today. And there'll be endless of these, okay? How will the coronavirus change the way we shop? 10 predictions about the future of retail. Okay? First and foremost, we'll care more about prices. Any economic recession will bring about a rise in price sensitivity, but this one will probably intensify that effect because of how shockingly fast it happened, and the sheer number of Americans who have felt the immediate impact of job losses or lost wages. We went into this with a sense of price ignorance. We didn't care about prices at all, and now we're coming out the other side. Restaurants were the biggest beneficiary of that blissful price passivity, and now they stand to lose the most. Let me see. I'm flipping around here on this. It's an honest and true story, Michelle, isn't it, Suki? I mean, it really is. Grocery shopping, another trend will be grocery shopping will feel more nostalgic. Grocery stores, while they are among the few winners in the crisis, with their sales up 25% in March over the month prior, but what we've been buying has changed. After years of moving away from packaged goods in the center of the store, shoppers have been drawn back into the comforts, and the pantry shelf lives, of soups, canned beans, from trusted old brands like Campbell's and Heinz. Okay? But what's more is expect fewer deliveries and more pickups at stores. Hey, Anita, thanks for joining us. Krita's watching us tonight, too, and Laura. Cheers, Laura. Don't expect the trend to stick. And many customers have found online shopping frustrating and inefficient. And grocery stores aren't too keen on it either. Estimates are a grocery store spends $20 on labor for a delivery order and about $7 for an in-store pickup. Mobile payments and e-commerce will thrive. People will avoid the ick factor of germ-riddled credit card machine. It may push more people to use mobile payment systems like Apple Watches or smartphones to pay at the checkout, or avoiding checkouts altogether by shopping online and picking up in store. Those are big trends. I've already contacted our credit card vendor to look into machines tap and pay, so that we can do tap and pay or other methods of payment instead of using the credit card terminal. The other trend is, hello from West Palm, Pat, the mother of all clearance sales. Right now, with most retail storefronts are frozen back in some week in March. When everyone reopens, everyone's going to have the wrong inventory in the wrong place at the wrong time. And they'll want to get rid of out-of-season products fast to get cash on hand and restock. After the Great Recession, it took a long time for retailers to get back to a point where people had the expectation that you would pay something close to what the ticket price is. This is that, but worse. And hang on a second, I'm flipping around here. The pandemic may have sartorial implications. We've already been in a slow decline in the casual worker. And there are still some people who wear blazers and ties to work. I really should have worn one for this. But that may never come back. People have gotten used to seeing you over Zoom. Okay? And my phone was going so much today, this morning, I didn't have time to do my hair before my first Zoom today and everything else. So I was a little disheveled in that. But that is something to keep in mind for all our clothing stores of what people will be wearing and what we should be stocking in our stores for comfort. And it's something we've seen for a long time anyways in our stores, you know, not the pants are selling, you know, and things in the office attire. So, again, something to keep on trend and that we can respond to quicker than the mass market retailers. An emphasis will be on local. As much as the media talks about online purchasing and on how Amazon is taking over the world, the American shopper has recalibrated over the past few weeks and realized their local store is the place where they go to get the products they need. And that's even been further supported by a surge in community-supported agriculture. I think this is my last point. Is it my last point? Yes. We'll care more about workers. With COVID-19 outbreaks crippling meatpacking plants in the Midwest, the fragility of the food system has been thrown into focus, and policies are going to necessarily change around employee welfare because it's been directly linked to the bottom line. The cost of shutting down a factory and having to scrub it clean for 3 days is not insignificant versus paying for a few days of sick time for employees. So these are some of the trends that people are seeing. And, you know, people that think they have a crystal ball, you know, are talking about. So keep that in mind. Yeah, Edwin, it's a real tough one of what season we'll be in when we open. I'm still waiting for some guidance on that. But, you know, there's plenty of gloom and doom, and I wanted to share this story. This is from Bob Phibbs, the retail doctor, had this in his weekly email. And I really appreciate all the feedback all of you have given me on being on his podcast this week. I was truly honored to, for such a retail industry veteran to take on resale and have me on there. And like, when can I get you on? I was just so honored to be on with him. But, you know, he wanted to address the gloom and doom out there. And I've told you I've been dropped from tons of interviews because I'm too positive. Okay, people wanted to interview me because I have all this information about what's happening. And then when I'm too positive on things and that we'll get through this and survive, they tune me out or cut me from the interview. And this is a quote from Bob. He's like, I watched the movie Bombshell last night. Kate McKinnon's character says this about how to create news stories. You have to adopt the mentality of an Irish street cop. Ask yourself, what would scare my grandmother and what would piss off my grandfather? It's a narrative lens that builds fear and anxiety and boosts ratings. Okay, and as you scan headlines regardless of the news source, that is a lot of what's been happening. Ultimately, like I've said on here before, okay, the decisions we make about reopening and what you do in your store, are ultimately, and I really, whoa, sorry about that, I knocked you guys over, are ultimately about you being the governor of you. The mayor of Savannah said it best when he disagreed with the governor of Georgia about the reopening plan for Georgia. And he said, very bluntly in an interview, that the citizens of Savannah know that they are the governor of their house, of their family, of their businesses, and of their team. And it's important that they lead that in the right way, and they will make the right decisions for them. It is not incumbent upon any of us to criticize someone else's decision, okay, as being insensitive, as being illogical. I mean, we all can have our different political beliefs and different things. The virus is real. We're all within Kevin Bacon's 6 degrees of separation of somebody who has been very hurt by this virus. I guarantee you I can get to somebody within 6 degrees of you, okay, that has been touched by this. And we've had people in our own resale community that have. So it is real, and so is how it's affected everyone's livelihoods, businesses, and families. And as the governor of you, you have to make the right decision, the most informed decision you can, and the right decision for you, your family, your business, and your team, okay? And do that in the best way possible. So with that, I have some new tools for you because people like new tools. And it loves new files that I upload. Okay, so first I have Operation Open Door. a checklist to opening your store, published by the National Retail Federation and their partners. And it outlines several things that you should do as part of planning your employment and reemployment and getting people back to work. I agree with you, Kristen, that they should share some positivity to help keep everyone's spirits up. And it shouldn't be blind positivity, but there's a lot of positive, good news out there. Beth, pleasure. It was truly a pleasure talking with you today. And keep in mind that as you read through this list, okay, it has things that you'll be like, well, I don't have a supply chain and inventory. Well, you do, because you have ways that you get your inventory from your consigners. But this is designed for retailers big and small. So you just have to think about the logistics of some of these things and take them with a grain of salt, because they don't all apply to you. Okay? Things like establishing procedures for handling and disinfecting returns, fitting rooms, deciding whether you're going to reopen fitting rooms. If you decide to open them, ensuring fitting rooms are customer ready by cleaning prior to customer usage. So this is all just really good ideas and good suggestions. Again, ultimately, you are the governor of you. You are the governor of your store, of your community, and what you, your team, and your customers feel comfortable with. So you have to make that decision on a case-by-case basis. But this checklist brings focus to a lot of the issues and a lot of the questions that you have, so that you can have them with the stakeholders on your team. And that's what this is about. That's what this document does and helps do. That will be on the NARTS Facebook page later tonight, and it will be on narts.org/resalestrong by tomorrow. And this is even better than what I posted yesterday. This is 1,000 times better. And as part of the Open Doors Committee, Operation Open Doors, that I've been working on with people at NRF. I mean, truly humbled to be... well, if you think that was good, Lisa, wait until you hear the next document I got for you. But wait, there's more! I used to watch those Ed McMahon infomercials. Okay, but wait, there's more! Hey, Sarah, that's okay. You catch the replay. I appreciate all the viewers. I mean, it amazes me, all of you guys that watch this at all hours of the day and night. I called someone yesterday, and they're like, do you hear that noise in the background? And I'm like, yeah, it sounds like you got the TV on or the radio playing. And they're like, no, that's you. I was watching your broadcast. I've been catching up. I'm like, okay, well, you know, I tune me out, but that's me. I'm here to serve all of you guys. After I get off this, my wife puts duct tape on me, and she's like, yeah, your voice, I'm tired of hearing it today. So my next document for you, and this goes to some of what we talked about yesterday, is what is with employees and everything else. How about an employee self-screening questionnaire? Okay, a questionnaire that becomes part of your process with your employees, so that you're not violating HIPAA and such, but you're asking them to self-certify and self-declare, okay? You're not asking to collect these forms every day. You're asking them to do this checklist every day before they come to work. So what is on this checklist? Funny you should ask. Have you experienced any of the following mentioned symptoms in the past 72 hours? A fever greater than 100 degrees or 37.8 degrees Celsius. Or chills. Do you have a dry cough? Do you have a sore throat? Have you lost your sense of taste or smell? Are you short of breath? Have you been exhausted? Yes, I've been doing this for months now. Do you have any body aches consistent with flu-like symptoms? Other symptoms of acute respiratory illness. Please consider whether anyone in your immediate household exhibited any of these symptoms. Yes or no? That is question number one. And what is your current temperature, so that they are self-checking? This, again, is all self-checking. If you'd answered yes, do not report to work. Question number 2, have you taken any fever-reducing or symptom-reducing medication within the last 72 hours to address any of the above-noted symptoms, including fever greater than 100 degrees, dry cough, shortness of breath, sore throat, or body aches? Yes or no? If you answered yes, do not report to work. Have you experienced any possible signs of fever, such as chills, aches, and pains within the last 72 hours? Yes or no? If you answered yes, do not report to work. Has anyone in your family exhibited any of the following symptoms in the past 14 days? Fever, greater than 100 degrees, dry cough, sore throat, loss of taste or smell, shortness of breath, exhaustion and body aches, consistent with flu-like symptoms, other symptoms of acute respiratory symptoms. If you answered yes, do not report to work. Within the last 14 days, have you had close contact with anyone diagnosed with COVID-19? Close contact being defined as having been within 6 feet or greater than 10 minutes, 6 feet for greater than 10 minutes, or having direct contact with infectious secretions, i.e. being coughed or sneezed on, of a COVID-19 case. Yes or no? If you answer yes, do not report to work. Have you or any member of your household traveled to any areas with widespread sustained transmission of COVID-19, including any hotspot or high-risk area outside of your normal commuting area in the past 14 days? If you answer yes, don't report to work. So this is a daily self-certification. And I get it, Kelly. There are people with allergies. I have an employee, who, before this all flared up, and truly flared up, I sent home because... And I knew it was her allergy symptoms, but she was so awful, okay, because I've seen her allergy symptoms before. She's been with us long enough that I've been through allergy season with her, and I know what that's like. But in the current climate, it was better to not have her at work. So that employee self-screening questionnaire, okay, that you can provide and ask of your staff to do on their own and not turn in, okay, because you don't want to be on the other side. Vicky. I'm going to leave that alone. But yes, this is COVID. This is protecting you as an employer. It's protecting them and their privacy, and it's protecting your workplace. So asking your employees to complete this self-screening questionnaire on a daily basis on their own, and to self-report if they're positive by not coming to work is okay. Okay, and that's been all vetted and provided to us by our friends at the National Retail Federation. So it is a great document. It will be available later on the narts.org/resalestrong, narts.org/resalestrong, where we organize all the documents that I talk about or reference here each night. Also posted tonight will be Open for Business, a blueprint for shopping safe. It is the complete Retail Industry Leaders Association. This is the blueprint that states, retail associations, all the associations in the country are working from some variation of this. It deals with everything from sanitation to screening to face coverings, reopening. It just is a blueprint that's what they are advocating for on a national, state, and local level for some semblance of consistency and order. So take a look at that. That's more of just an FYI document so that you're aware of it. There's some semi-heavy stuff in there that'll be a little bit of a yawn, but I wanted you to be aware of what's being proposed to states by the various associations and stuff, trying to get a consistent message to the states and to our elected leaders on opening. Because it wouldn't be a day without there being a change to the Paycheck Protection Program, and I hope if you didn't have your application in, that your application is now in, because again, that money is going to disappear very, very fast. But I hope that your application is in there. And remember, you don't have to take it on the day that you're offered. Alexa, the real key takeaway with trying on clothes is don't lick your clothes. Don't lick the clothes in the store. That's really the best advice that I have seen on that. Don't lick the clothes. Okay? And they shouldn't do that even without the virus. Don't lick the clothes. Okay? It wouldn't be a day... The new idle application will be soon. They've been focusing, Jenny, on all the PPP applications. So they've been focused on that. So don't lick the clothes, and the idle application will be open again soon. I was on with the director of the SBA today, and all the resources were focused on the PPP, but the idle will be opening back up. Anything can be on anything, Alexa, but don't lick the clothes. Okay? If you don't want to catch it, don't lick the clothes. Have your staff wash their hands often. That is the key. If you only let your staff wash their hands once a day on break, then that's the problem. I know I am no fun, Kristen. I get that a lot. I know that on video you guys think I'm great and I'm fun, but I'm really a boring dud. I have my wife as a reference, my daughter, my mother-in-law. Really not fun. I'm not a fun guy. Because they like to update our information to lenders, and not yet, Kelly. They have not exhausted the new PPP money, but expect that to get exhausted this week just because of all the applications that were sitting and waiting. So don't call me on Friday saying, hey, how do I apply for the PPP? Because that may be too late by then. But if you had your application in today, you should get funded. Okay? It may take some time till you hear of your approval, Kelly. But if you got your application in, I am confident that everybody that had an application in today's pile will get funded. Unless you were committing fraud. So updated questions on here. So they clarified, so we didn't get a definition of full-time equivalents yet, but they got that on your initial application, they really wanted you to count all employees, okay, for the purpose of loan eligibility, but for forgiveness, they want you to count full-time equivalents. So it's kind of funny that they want to work with two different numbers, but they did define that part today. And again, I'm expecting the definition of full-time equivalent, whether it's 40 or 30. I'm still expecting 40 because the 30 comes from the Obamacare Act. You got to make the right decision for you on that, Alexa. I think most stores are going to be sanitizing dressing rooms, and part of that's outlined in the document that I just will be uploaded tonight that talks about if you're going to allow trying on clothes, what they recommend doing. So that is in that document. Oh, that's awesome, Michelle. That is really sweet that you brought that to your branch manager today. I brought them peanut butter cups a couple weeks ago just because they're just kind of sad. They only get to see people through the drive-thru and everything, and so, I've had emails from them missing me and everything else, and I just brought them a bunch of peanut butter cups as a snack a couple weeks ago to thank them for all that they're doing as navigating this. It's hard. It's hard. This is hard stuff. Remember that if you have friends in agriculture or farms or other cooperatives, they are eligible to get a PPP and EIDL now. So that is an available thing for them. Open door, I did all that. So my closing quote tonight, before I get to our good morning, good night book tonight, is people think focus means saying yes to the thing you've got to focus on. But that's not what it means at all. It means saying no to 100 other good ideas that there are. You have to pick carefully. I'm actually as proud of the things we haven't done as the things I have done. Innovation is saying no to 1,000 things. Steve Jobs. Okay, I am here every night for you, live in the Narts private Facebook group for members. You get to ask me your questions live, and I bring you everything, the latest and greatest, live every night at 8 o'clock Eastern in the Narts Facebook group. I'm available via email every day. You email me, I call you back if you give me your phone number. So it is Neil, N-E-I-L at ECIstores.com. That is N-E-I-L at ECIstores.com. All the things that we talk about here, all the references, all the documents, they are, and the video here is reposted to the Narts page, narts.org/resalestrong, where you can share with anyone, anybody that's in business. We're there to get you to the other side. I had a ski shop today, a chain of diners. I'm losing track of who else I helped today, but I take all their calls and help them to the other side because we're all stronger together. And that resource page, narts.org Resale Strong, is a page you should share with everybody that you know that's in business, because we are here to help everyone, all our friends and neighbors, get to the other side. The videos by themselves are posted to YouTube at You're Not Alone Running This Store. If you need me, reach out. Neil, N-E-I-L, at ECIstores.com. At the top of the program every night, we read the Good Morning, Good Night book. For those of you that were not here at the beginning of the program tonight, our good morning was breathe deep. That hitch in your breath is a record scratch. That throbbing in your temple is the bass. And you control the volume knob. The scars in your mind and your heart are grooves that run deep. Your music, your heart, your life. You got the auxiliary cord. Bump it! Our good night tonight is good night. You got the aux cord. Your mind is your own. Your heart is your own. You set the playlist. Bump it! Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do weddings, I do bar mitzvahs, I do any good party. I am there for you. And you are not alone. And you are not alone. And especially you are not alone running this store. I'll see you all tomorrow night. It's time for dinner. Have a great night, everybody.